Okay, milé četa in Syna in Svetega Ducha. Amen. There's Jesus Christus icon. That's a real icon. It's a laser scan copy, but it's still, mine was an icon. It was a blessed painting. Blessed painting of Jesus. Which one am I reading first? This is the Catholic Teen Bible in English. In the Daniel and the Kings of Babylon, the food test. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon came and laid siege to Jerusalem. The Lord handed him over Jehoiakim, king of Judah, in some vessels of the temple of God, which he carried off the land of Shinar and placed the temple in the treasury of his God. He told King Ashpenaz, his chief chamberlain, bring in some Israelites, some of the royal line and nobility. They should be young men without any defect, handsome, perfect in wisdom, well-informed and insightful, and such as could take their place in the king's palace. He was to teach them the language and literature of the Chaldeans. The king allotted them daily portion of food and wine from the royal table. After 3 years' training, they were to enter the king's service. Amongst these Judeans were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. The chief chamberlain changed their names: Daniel to Belshazzar, Hananiah to Shadrach, Mishael to Meshach, and Azariah to Abednego. All right, now the New International Version, 1-7. Daniel's training in Babylon. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord delivered Jehoiakim, king of Judah, to his hand, along with some of the articles of the temple of God. These he carried off from the temple of his God in Babylon and put it in the treasure house of his God. The king ordered Ashpenaz, chief of his court officials, to bring in some of the Israelites from the royal family and the nobility, the young men without any physical defect, handsome, showing aptitude for every kind of learning, well-informed, quick to understand, and he qualified to serve in the king's palace. He was to teach them the language and literature of the Babylonians. The king assigned them the daily amount of food and wine from the king's table. They were to be trained for 3 years, and after that they were to enter the king's service. New International Version was the last one I read, and the first one I read was the I'll show you, just so I do my references. New International Version, the one I just read. This is from Church of the Resurrection, Mirabel Highway, Thorold, Ontario. You can see there's the reference, contains the Old Testament, New Testament. Zonder Van Publishing. Oh, it's Dutch. 1973, 1978. And this is the Catholic Teen Bible. Yeah, it's an American one, Bishop of Phoenix. So you can read it from the pause it. Anything else in there? No, that's all it's done. And then this is this. How do you pronounce this? Sviata Pismo. Sviata Pismo. I've never seen the yachts or whatever they call that. It's not yachts. It's just I call it yacht because that word's not in Ukrainian anymore. The inflection for the sound, the little b. What does this one say? Biblia, Święte Pismo, Starego na Nowego Zabitu. I put the Y wrong. Yeah, C and Y look the same. I messed that up on my YouTubes. Or Ch, I mean, not C, Ch. I'm not reading that. That's reference 2022. There's a stamp on it. Sviatoslav. Oh, there's a stamp on it. Wow. Dude, 1962, 2007. And this is the Serbian one, so to speak. $1966. The Sower. Serbian Bible printed in Great Britain. Amen. Četa in Sina Svetega Duha. Amen.